Hello everyone, welcome back to another video in the maths tutorial series. Today we're going to be covering some basic algebra. I've got a few examples here. They're of random levels of difficulty, not in any order. And the first thing I'd like you to know about algebra is that you don't always have to have x, y, z. You can have any letter really as a variable. There's also other options later down the road for variables, but we'll move on to that at a later video. So the first question we're going to be doing, g times 3 equals 21. There's a few rules you should know about algebra. When you have two values, let's say a times b equals c, you can move either a or b to the other side, but you have to divide when you move it. So the opposite to multiplication is divide, and it's also the same with addition and subtraction. If you have add, you have to minus when you move it to the other side of the equal sign. So in this case, if we move the b to the other side, that b is a multiplication, so when we move it to the other side, we must divide by b. We could also have a plus b equals c, and when we move that to the other side, we get a equals c minus b. You can do this in any order. It could be negative b plus c, but for the sake of this tutorial, we'll be keeping it simple. Now, let's ignore this section for now, but those are some basic rules that you can use. So we have g times 3 equals 21. Now, like with our a times b equals c example, we need to move that multiplied by 3 over to the other side. So I'll just rewrite this whole equation down here. And we need to move this times 3 over to the other side. So the opposite to multiplication is division. So we have g is equal to 21 divided by 3 this time. So 21 divided by 3, we know that's equal to 7. Let's move on to a more complicated one. Now in algebra, you want to collect together like terms. So like terms are, for example, 16 and 9. Those are both just numerical values. So any numerical values you can combine together. We also have negative 2t and 5t. Those are like terms because they have t on the end and they also have a numerical value before them. Again, there's other like terms down the road, but let's just keep it simple for now. So, with the addition and subtraction rule, when you move a positive to the other side, it becomes negative. When you move a negative to the other side, it becomes positive. We're going to rearrange this equation so that we have all these like terms together. So let me just do some different colors here so that you know which of these values are like terms. So these ones in pink are like terms, and these numerical values here are like terms. We're going to rearrange these values so that we have the like terms on either side. Now, this 9 we can move across to the other side. So we have 16, and because this 9 is a positive, it's now going to be a negative. 16 minus 9 equals this 2t, we're going to move to the other side, and because it's a negative, it's now going to become a positive. So we have 5t plus 2t. Now, we can combine these terms together, so we know 16 minus 9 is 7 equals 7t. In this case, 7 times t equals 7, and of course we know 7 multiplied by 1 is 7, therefore t is equal to 1. So you're just finding whatever the multiplication is to equal the value on the other side. Now let's do one final one. This is the same techniques as the second one, a little bit easier this time. 3x, and this 5 we're going to move to the other side so that we have our like values, or like terms, sorry, on the same side. 3x equals, it's positive 5 moving over, negative 6. So remember, because it's a positive, now it becomes a negative on this side, so it'll be negative 1 minus 5. So we get 3x equals negative 6. We then divide, so we have a multiplication here. We then divide both of these sides by 3. The same rule that we were using before, a times b equals c. when you move a multiplication to the other side, it becomes division, and vice versa. So we have x equals negative 6 divided by 3. Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. Hope that helps.